You've probably been there, frustrated, exhausted, and wondering why nothing seems to work. You've tried eating less, exercising more, following all the rules, but the stubborn weight just won't budge. And in those moments, it's easy to be drawn into the promise of a quick fix, a supplement that claims to speed up your metabolism, burn fat, and balance your hormones or make the cravings disappear. It sounds like the answer that you've been searching for. The supplement industry knows this. It's built on hope, the hope that maybe this time the product will be the thing that finally works. And when you see glowing testimonials, dramatic before and after photos, and bold claims backed by science, it's tempting to believe. But here's the hard truth. Most of these products don't work the way that they promise. And worse, some of them can make things harder, especially for women over 40. That's why I wanted to cover this topic today. I want to save you time, money, and frustration by breaking down 5 of the biggest supplement scams when it comes to weight loss. They claim to help with weight loss, but they don't. And I'll explain why they don't work, why they can even make fat loss more difficult, and what you should be focusing on instead. Because if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, but still are not getting results, I want you to know it's not your fault. You've just been sold the wrong solutions. So by the end of this episode, you're going to have a clearer understanding of what actually supports your metabolism and helps with fat loss, so that you can stop wasting money on false promises and start investing in what truly works. So let's get into it. The first one, fat burners and metabolism boosters. They are some of the most aggressively marketed supplements out there. If you've ever felt tempted to try them, you're certainly not alone. When you're struggling to lose weight, especially if you feel like your metabolism has slowed down over the years, it's easy to think that a pill might give you the push that you need. And honestly, who wouldn't want that? The promise of speeding up your metabolism and burning fat effortlessly sounds like exactly what so many women are looking for. And wouldn't it be nice if that was actually the case? But unfortunately, these supplements don't work the way that they claim. And in many cases, they can do more harm than good. So let's break this down. Most fat burners and metabolism boosters rely on stimulants, things like caffeine, green tea extract, or synthetic compounds that temporarily increase your heart rate. This gives you a feeling of energy and it makes it seem like your body is working harder. And in the very, very short term, they can increase calorie burn slightly, but the effect is minimal, and it's not like these supplements magically melt away stored fat or permanently increase your metabolism. The moment you stop taking them, any small effect they had disappears. And then this is where the problem really starts. For women over 40, especially those struggling with stubborn weight, these stimulants can do more harm than good, because they actually drive up cortisol, which is your body's main stress hormone. And when cortisol is elevated, it doesn't just make fat loss harder, it actually promotes fat storage around your midsection. And you might have experienced this yourself, if you've ever relied on caffeine to get through the day, or if you've pushed through exhaustion with coffee or pre-workout supplements, or taken a metabolism booster that left you feeling jittery and anxious, you've likely felt the effects of cortisol in action. And it can lead to increased cravings, blood sugar swings, disrupted sleep, and an overall feeling of being wired but exhausted at the same time. And when your body is in that stressed state, it holds onto fat more stubbornly, especially around the belly. So instead of speeding up fat loss, fat burners actually slow down your progress by making it harder for your body to regulate stress and metabolism properly. And, that's not even considering the potential side effects, things like heart palpitations, digestive issues, and even long-term adrenal fatigue from overloading your system with stimulants. So, if fat burners and metabolism boosters don't work, what does? Well, the truth is your metabolism isn't something that can be switched on or switched off with a pill. It's a system that is influenced by the choices you make every day. Things like how you fuel your body, how much muscle mass you have, and how well you manage stress and sleep. If you really want to support your metabolism and see lasting fat loss, this is what actually works. First, focus on protein. Protein isn't just important for muscle building, it actually has a thermogenic effect, meaning your body burns more calories digesting and utilizing protein compared to fats or carbohydrates. More importantly, getting enough protein helps to maintain muscle mass, which is essential for keeping your metabolism strong as you age. Secondly, prioritize strength training. Building and maintaining muscle is one of the most powerful ways to keep your metabolism healthy. Muscle is more metabolically active than fat, meaning the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, even at rest. And no, this doesn't mean spending hours in the gym lifting heavy weights. Simple, consistent resistance training, even bodyweight exercises or resistance bands can make a huge difference. Next, manage your stress. If high cortisol is slowing down your metabolism and making weight loss harder, then one of the most effective things you can do is focus on stress reduction. This doesn't mean that you have to meditate for hours every day, but simple habits like deep breathing, walking outdoors, getting enough sleep, and setting boundaries around work and your responsibilities can go a long way in keeping your cortisol in check. And finally, nourish your body properly. No supplement can make up for a poor diet. Your metabolism thrives when you're eating real whole foods that support your hormones and energy levels. This means focusing on nutrient-dense foods with protein, healthy fats and fiber, and plenty of vitamins and minerals. So if you've been spending money on fat burners or metabolism boosters, you've been sold a lie by an industry that profits off desperation and frustration. But the good news is that you don't need the gimmicks to see results. When you shift your focus from quick fixes to actual metabolic support, everything starts to change. And that's what we're going to keep diving into today. So let's move on to the next big supplement scam. Okay, next up is appetite suppressants. These are another hugely popular category of weight loss supplements. And if you've ever found yourself reaching for one, I completely get it. When you're trying to lose weight and hunger feels like the thing that's standing in your way, it makes sense to want a solution that takes that struggle away. The idea that you can pop a pill or drink a shake that stops the cravings and helps you to eat less sounds like a dream, especially if you've ever felt like you don't have the willpower to resist certain foods. But suppressing your appetite isn't the solution to sustainable fat loss. In fact, it can backfire in a big way, leaving you stuck in an even more frustrating cycle of cravings, energy crashes, and metabolic slowdown. Most appetite suppressants work in one of three ways. Some, like caffeine-based pills or drinks, work by stimulating the nervous system, making you feel more alert and reducing your desire to eat temporarily. The problem with this is that the effects wear off quickly, and because caffeine can spike cortisol, the stress hormone, it can actually make you more prone to stress eating later on. Others contain fiber-based fillers that swell in your stomach, physically making you fuller. And this might sound like a good thing, but these fillers don't provide any actual nutrients. So while your stomach might feel full for a little while, your body is still lacking the key proteins, fats, and micronutrients it needs to function. And when your body doesn't get the fuel it needs, hunger comes back stronger, often leading to intense cravings that feel impossible to resist. And then there are the synthetic chemical suppressants, stronger compounds that directly interfere with hunger signals in the brain. These can lead to side effects like nausea, digestive discomfort, and long-term disruptions to natural hunger and fullness cues. In some cases, they can even lead to a loss of lean muscle, because when you aren't eating enough, your body has to pull energy from somewhere, and muscle is often the first thing to go. So what happens when you rely on appetite suppressants for weight loss? Well, at first you might eat less and you might see a drop on the scale, but over time, the hunger always comes back, often with a vengeance. And because most of these suppressants don't actually support your metabolism or muscle maintenance, you may find yourself losing muscle instead of fat, leading to an even slower metabolism in the long run. This is why so many women experience the yo-yo effect, losing weight temporarily, only to regain it, sometimes more than they've lost, once the appetite suppression stops. So what should you do instead? Well, if the goal is to suppress hunger, then there's a better solution. The key is to balance your blood sugar and fuel your body in a way that naturally regulates hunger and cravings. Because hunger isn't the enemy, it's a signal from your body that it needs nourishment. The problem isn't that you're hungry, it's that you're probably not eating in a way that keeps your hunger steady and your metabolism supported. Here's how to do it in the right way. Again, prioritize protein at every meal. Protein isn't just important for your muscle, it's also the most satisfying macronutrient, meaning it keeps you fuller for longer. When you eat enough protein, you're far less likely to experience those extreme hunger spikes that lead to cravings and overeating. Second, pair protein with fiber and healthy fats. When you eat meals that are built around protein, fiber-rich carbs like vegetables and whole grains, and healthy fats, your blood sugar stays stable and you avoid the energy crashes that lead to cravings. Contrast that with skipping meals and grabbing a quick snack or relying on processed low-calorie options. Those leave you feeling hungrier, not satisfied. Third, listen to your body's hunger cues. Most women have spent years ignoring their hunger, trying to push through cravings or suppressing their appetite with coffee or diet foods. But ignoring hunger only works for so long, your body will fight back. Instead, focus on eating meals that genuinely satisfy you so that you don't have to rely on willpower alone to control your intake. And finally, ditch the idea that hunger is bad. Your body is meant to feel hungry. It's a natural biological function. The goal isn't to get rid of it, but to fuel your body in a way that keeps it steady and manageable. So if you've ever felt like you're losing the battle with willpower, I want you to know it's not about willpower at all. It's about working with your body instead of against it. And when you focused on proper nourishment instead of suppression, everything changes. Okay, let's move on to the next big supplement scam, one that promises a detox but really just leaves you dehydrated and bloated. Detox teas and cleanses have been marketed as a quick and effortless way to reset your metabolism, flush out toxins, and drop weight fast. They come with enticing claims like eliminate bloating and jumpstart fat loss and cleanse your system. And if you've ever felt frustrated with stubborn weight or sluggish digestion, I completely understand why these products might seem appealing. But here's the truth. Those teas and cleanses don't burn fat, they don't reset your metabolism, and they don't remove toxins in any meaningful way. They're designed to make you feel like you're losing weight quickly, but the reality is very different. Most of these products rely on two things to create the illusion of weight loss: laxatives and diuretics. Laxatives stimulate your bowels, making you go to the toilet more often. This can lead to a flatter stomach in the short term, but it's not because you've burned fat. It's because your body is getting rid of water and waste faster than usual. And diuretics, they make you lose water weight, which might make the scale drop a few pounds for a few days, but as soon as you rehydrate, that weight just comes back. The real danger with detox teas and cleanses is that they cause dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, and long-term gut damage. So let's talk about hydration first. When you lose water too quickly, especially through laxatives or diuretics, you also lose important electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. These minerals are essential for energy, muscle function, and metabolism. If your electrolytes get out of balance, you might start feeling lightheaded, fatigued, or even experience irregular heart rhythms. And then there's gut health issues. Your digestive system is designed to work on its own, and when you force it into overdrive with laxatives, it can actually become weaker over time. Some people regularly use detox teas and they find that they become reliant on them just to have normal bowel movements. In the long run, this can lead to sluggish digestion, bloating, and even chronic constipation when they stop using the product. And here's something that the detox industry doesn't want you to know. Your body already has a built-in detox system. Your liver, kidneys, and digestive system, and even your skin all play a role in naturally eliminating toxins from your body every single day. You don't need a special tea or a cleanse to help this process along, but what your body does need is proper nourishment to support those detox pathways. So instead of wasting money on detox products, here's what actually works. Staying hydrated with water and mineral-rich drinks. Your body needs water to efficiently flush out toxins, and adding a pinch of salt or a squeeze of fresh lemon into your water can help replenish essential minerals. Secondly, eating fiber-rich foods support digestion. Your gut plays a massive role in detoxification, and fiber is key for keeping things moving properly. Focus on whole, real foods like vegetables, berries, flax seeds, chia seeds, and whole grains. These nourish your gut and they help your body to eliminate waste naturally. Thirdly, support your liver with real nutrient-dense foods. Instead of relying on a tea that forces your body into dehydration mode, focus on foods that actually help your liver process toxins. Things like cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and kale, beetroot, garlic, and high quality protein. And finally, ditch the idea that you need to reset your body. If you're feeling sluggish, bloated, or stuck with stubborn weight, the answer isn't a cleanse, it's in creating a balanced, nurturing, nourishing routine that supports your metabolism every day. Quick fixes don't work, but real consistent changes do. So next time you see a detox tea promising overnight results, remember this. Real detoxification doesn't come in a tea bag. It comes from giving your body what it actually needs to thrive. Let's move on to the next big supplement scam, one that claims to help with weight loss, but is actually just very expensive protein in disguise. Collagen has exploded in popularity over the last few years, and for good reason. It's great for skin, hair, joints, and overall connective tissue health. But somewhere along the way, the wellness industry started marketing it as a weight loss supplement, claiming that it can boost metabolism, reduce cravings, and even help burn fat. So let's be clear from the start, collagen is not a fat loss tool. And if you've been led to believe that adding a scoop of collagen powder to your coffee is going to help you lose weight, you've been misled by some very clever marketing. Now, don't get me wrong, collagen does have benefits. It's an important structural protein in the body, and as we age, we naturally produce less of it. And this is why supplementing with collagen can be helpful for things like improving skin elasticity, reducing joint pain, and even strengthening hair and nails. But when it comes to weight loss, the science just doesn't back up those claims. And the problem is collagen is actually a poor source of protein for muscle maintenance and metabolism. Many people are told that collagen can just replace their protein intake, but collagen is not a complete protein, meaning it doesn't contain all the essential amino acids that your body needs to build and maintain muscle. And Muscle is one of the most important factors in healthy metabolism. When you lose muscle, which does happen naturally as we age if we're not preserving it, your metabolism slows down. That's why getting enough high quality complete protein is a non-negotiable if you want to support fat loss. But this is where things can start to go wrong. Some people rely on collagen as their main protein source, thinking that it will help with fat loss, but in reality, they're missing out on the key amino acids like leucine that are needed to repair muscle and help it to grow. And, without enough of those amino acids, muscle loss happens faster and metabolism slows down even more. So, should you stop taking collagen altogether? No, not necessarily, but it's important to understand what it's actually useful for. If you want to take collagen for skin, hair, or joint support, that's great. Just don't rely on it as your main source of protein, and definitely don't expect it to have any major impact on fat loss. So, what should you do instead? Again, we want to prioritize protein, particularly complete proteins in your diet. These are proteins that contain all of the essential amino acids that your body needs for muscle repair and metabolism. The best sources are things like eggs, fish, poultry, beef, dairy, and high quality protein powders like whey or plant-based blends that include a full amino acid profile. If you're supplementing, make sure your protein powder isn't just collagen. It should be a complete protein that supports muscle maintenance. And secondly, combine protein with strength training. Simply drinking a protein shake, whether it's collagen or not, isn't going to achieve much. It won't magically boost your metabolism, but building and maintaining muscle through strength training does. If you're serious about long-term fat loss, prioritizing muscle retention should be a top goal. And that starts with both nutrition and movement. And don't fall for trendy claims. If a product is being marketed as a miracle weight loss aid, ask yourself, is this actually providing something my body needs for fat loss, or is it just another cleverly packaged gimmick? More often than not, it is the latter. So the bottom line is collagen can be a great supplement for skin and joints, but it is not a metabolism booster or a fat loss tool. If you want real lasting results, investing in a high quality complete protein and proper strength training will do far more for your metabolism than any scoop of collagen ever could. All right, on to the next supplement scam, one that promises to supercharge your metabolism with greens, but often delivers nothing more than a pricey placebo. Greens powders and so-called metabolism superfoods have become a massive trend in the health and wellness industry. They're marketed as an easy way to boost your metabolism, flood your body with nutrients, and even replace your daily servings of vegetables. And I totally get the appeal. If you struggle to eat enough greens or you feel like your energy is low, a quick scoop of superfood powder sounds like the perfect solution. But most green powders are heavily processed, overpriced, and do not replace real whole foods. And if you're buying them in the hopes of boosting your metabolism or losing weight, you're likely wasting your money. So most green powders, they contain a blend of dried and powdered vegetables, grasses, herbs, and algae, things like spirulina, chlorella, wheatgrass, or barley grass. And some also include probiotics, digestive enzymes, or adaptogens. The marketing makes them sound like a powerhouse of nutrition, but there are some major issues with these powders that most people don't realize. Firstly, greens powders are not a metabolism booster. Yes, certain nutrients found in vegetables can support metabolism, but blending a bunch of dried greens into a powder doesn't magically speed up fat loss. Your metabolism thrives when you consistently fuel your body with real whole foods that provide protein, fiber, and balanced nutrients. No single powder, no matter how many superfoods it contains, can replace that. And secondly, greens powders often lack fiber. One of the biggest benefits of eating whole vegetables is their fiber content, which supports digestion, blood sugar balance, and gut health, all of which are crucial for metabolism. But when vegetables are turned into a fine powder, most of that fiber is stripped away, leaving you with a product that has some vitamins and minerals, but none of the real benefits of eating whole fiber-rich foods. And the quality of greens powders varies massively. Some of these powders are made with high-quality freeze-dried ingredients, but many are heavily processed, contain fillers, or even have added sugars and artificial sweeteners. Some are so low in actual nutrients that they're not much better than drinking flavored water. And because these products aren't regulated in the same way as whole foods, it's hard to know exactly how much of each ingredient you're actually getting. So if greens powders don't boost metabolism or replace real food, what should you do instead? Well, again, we want to focus on eating real whole vegetables whenever possible. Your body gets far more nutritional benefit from chewing and digesting whole foods than drinking a powdered version of them. If you struggle to get enough vegetables in, try adding them into smoothies, soups, stir fries, or roasting them for extra flavor. And if you do use a greens powder, treat it as a supplement, not a replacement. Look for ones with minimal fillers, no artificial additives, and ideally one that retains its natural fiber. But remember, no powder can replace the benefits of a balanced, nutrient-rich diet. And don't fall for the metabolism superfood hype. No single food or powder is going to magically speed up your metabolism. What actually works is balancing your blood sugar with real whole foods, prioritizing protein, strength training, and managing stress. So if you've been spending money on greens powders thinking that they'll give you an edge in weight loss, know that your money is far better spent on real whole food. Okay, I have a bonus one for you. It's not quite as much of a scam as the others that we've been speaking about, but definitely important for me to mention. Hormone-balancing supplements are everywhere, and for women over 40 struggling with weight gain, fatigue, or mood swings, they can seem like a great solution. You'll see claims like balance your hormones, melt away stubborn fat, fix your metabolism with this one powerful herb. And since so many women do struggle with hormone imbalances, whether it's estrogen dominance, low progesterone, thyroid issues, or high cortisol, it's easy to believe that taking the right supplement will be the missing piece of the puzzle. But here's the problem. Hormone imbalances are not caused by a supplement deficiency. Yes, there are herbs and nutrients that can support hormone balance, but no pill or powder can ever override the bigger picture. If you don't address the root cause of your hormone imbalance, whether that's stress, blood sugar issues, gut health, poor sleep, or even environmental toxins, then no supplement is going to fix that. So let's take adaptogens like maca and ashwagandha or DIM as an example. These are often marketed as miracle cures for hormone balance, but they work very differently depending on what's actually going on in your body. Maca, for instance, can be helpful for some women in perimenopause, but for others, it can actually worsen symptoms. DIM can help with estrogen metabolism, but if your liver isn't functioning optimally, or if your estrogen is already too low, it can do more harm than good. This is why blindly taking hormone supplements without understanding your own specific imbalances is a mistake. If your hormones are out of balance, the first step should always be identifying why, not just throwing supplements at the problem and hoping for the best. So what should you do instead? Firstly, get to the root cause. Testing is often the best way to understand what's happening with your hormones, whether it's through functional lab testing or even tracking symptoms over time. Secondly, focus on foundational habits first. Blood sugar balance, gut health, stress management, and proper nourishment, they all play a massive role in hormone regulation. No supplement can compensate for a diet that's too low in protein, constant stress, or poor sleep. And Only use supplements when they're targeted and appropriate for your unique needs. There are cases where specific nutrients like magnesium, omega-3s, or certain adaptogens can be incredibly helpful, but they should be part of a bigger strategy, not a quick fix solution. So the next time you see a supplement claiming to balance your hormones, remember this. Hormone health is about working with your body, not tricking it with a pill. Sustainable results come from addressing the root causes, not chasing another gimmick. All right, let's move on to what actually does work for sustainable fat loss, because when you focus on real metabolic support, you don't need to rely on expensive supplements to see results. So if all these supplements, the fat burners, the appetite suppressants, detox teas, collagens for weight loss, and greens powders, if they don't work the way that they promise, then what actually does? What should you be focusing on if you want to lose fat in a way that's sustainable and healthy? The good news is that you don't need expensive supplements to see results. The best way to support your metabolism and achieve lasting fat loss is to focus on the things that actually influence how your body burns energy, stores fat, and regulates hunger. And here's the key: real sustainable weight loss happens when your body is in balance, not when you're fighting against it. So let's talk about what actually works. Firstly, prioritizing high quality food over supplements. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing they need expensive supplements to be healthy, when in reality, nutrient-dense, high-quality food will always provide more benefit than a pill or a powder. If you're serious about supporting your metabolism, the best investment you can make isn't in fat burners or detox teas or metabolism boosters. It's in upgrading the quality of the food that you eat. Organic, free-range, grass-fed, locally sourced foods are significantly more nutrient dense than the conventional supermarket options. Grass-fed meats contain higher levels of omega-3s and conjugated linoleic acid, which supports metabolism and inflammation balance. Organic produce has fewer pesticide residues, which can interfere with hormone health. Free-range eggs and wild-caught fish provide a better ratio of essential fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins, which are critical for overall health and metabolism. Now, I completely understand that not everyone has the budget to buy everything organic or grass-fed, and that's okay. But if you've ever considered spending £50, £100 or even more on so-called miracle supplements, I'd encourage you to instead redirect that money into upgrading your food quality where you can. Even small shifts like buying your meat from a local butcher instead of the supermarket, choosing organic when possible for high pesticide foods like berries and leafy greens, or swapping out ultra-processed foods for whole nutrient-dense options. All of this can have a far greater impact on your metabolism than any supplement ever could. At the end of the day, your body recognizes and utilizes nutrients from real food far better than it does from synthetic supplements. So if you're looking to optimize your metabolism, the best place to start isn't with a supplement, it's with what's on your plate. Now, let's talk about another key piece of the puzzle: how balancing blood sugar naturally can eliminate cravings and help your body burn fat more efficiently. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with cravings, energy crashes, and stubborn fat, especially around the belly, is blood sugar dysregulation. When your blood sugar is constantly spiking and crashing due to processed foods, stress, or inconsistent eating, your body stays in fat storage mode and you end up with hunger all the time. So instead of suppressing your appetite with pills, focus on supporting your blood sugar naturally. Eat protein, fiber, and healthy fats together to slow down digestion and keep energy levels steady. Avoid excess refined sugars and processed carbs, which lead to blood sugar crashes and spikes. Don't skip meals or go for long stretches without eating. Your body thrives on stability, not extremes. When your blood sugar is stable stable, you won't feel the need for appetite suppressants or fat burners. Your body will naturally regulate hunger. Next, strength training to boost metabolism and maintain muscle. If you want a faster metabolism, the single most effective thing you can do is build and maintain muscle mass. Muscle is metabolically active, meaning the more muscle you have, the more energy your body burns, even at rest. And as we age, we naturally start to lose muscle, which is one of the biggest reasons women over 40 struggle with weight gain. The solution: strength training, lifting weights, doing resistance exercises, or even using your own body weight like squats, push-ups, or resistance band exercises. This helps to maintain and build muscle, keeping your metabolism working efficiently. And no, you don't need to spend hours in the gym. Even just 2 or 3 sessions a week at home can make a difference. And I've said it several times, but I'm going to say it again: managing stress and sleep for your hormone balance is key. If you're constantly stressed, running on caffeine, getting poor sleep, no supplement in the world is going to help with fat loss. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which signals your body to store fat, especially around the belly. And poor sleep disrupts the hormones that regulate hunger and metabolism, making you crave sugar and processed food even more. So what actually helps is making sure that you get 7 to 8 hours per night of sleep, and try and keep a consistent bedtime routine. Manage stress proactively, whether that's daily walks, deep breathing, journaling, or setting boundaries. Stress management is just as important as diet and exercise. And avoiding excessive stimulants like caffeine and pre-workout supplements that artificially drive up energy at the expense of your hormones. When your body is less stressed and properly rested, fat loss becomes so much easier. Using supplements wisely is also key, only when needed. Now, I'm not saying that all supplements are useless. There are cases when targeted supplementation can definitely be helpful, but only when it's based on your actual needs, not just because of marketing claims. For example, magnesium can be beneficial for stress, sleep, and muscle recovery. Omega-3s support hormone balance and reduce inflammation. Vitamin D is essential for immune function and metabolism, especially in the winter months. Protein powders can be a convenient way to hit your protein targets, but they shouldn't replace whole food sources. The key is to use supplements as a tool, not a crutch. If you have a genuine deficiency, supplementation can be beneficial, but throwing random pills at your body without knowing what it actually needs isn't the answer. If you take one thing from today's episode, let it be this: your metabolism doesn't need gimmicks, it needs proper nourishment and support. The supplement industry thrives on making you believe that weight loss is complicated, that you need special pills to fix your metabolism, and that you're missing out on some secret shortcut. But the reality is that your body already knows how to burn fat and regulate metabolism. It just needs the right conditions to do so. So instead of chasing the latest supplement, shift your focus to fueling your body with real whole foods. Increase the quality of that food if you have the budget to. Balance your blood sugars, prioritize strength training, manage stress, and get enough sleep. When you do this, fat loss stops feeling like a constant uphill battle, and you finally start seeing results that last. If you're ready to stop wasting money on gimmicks and start fixing your metabolism the right way, I invite you to join me for my Metabolism Reset Challenge. It's a step-by-step plan designed specifically for women over 40 who are tired of restrictive diets and want to support fat loss in a way that actually works. If you want the details, head to the description or the show notes and you'll see the link there. And before you go, if this episode opened your eyes to some of those supplement scams, let me know in the comments. Have you fallen for one of these? If you have, you're definitely not alone. And let me know, have I missed any? Is there any that you have been suspicious of that you want me to look into? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this episode helpful, make sure you hit like and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, hit the notification bell so that you don't don't miss future episodes. And if you know someone who keeps wasting their money on fat burners, detox teas, and metabolism boosters, send them this episode. It might just save them a lot of frustration and cash. That's it for today. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next one.